Yes.
Alright. How many of you know someone that smokes cigarettes? Thought so. How about smoking pot? Thought so as well. Well, when you look at our media likes to take a good grasp of both of these topics. You go to the movies nowadays, and maybe a lot of you saw Pineapple Express. There's a lot of pot smoking in that movie. And then maybe you want to go watch some TV or something, and you start changing the channels, and you see cigarette commercials. And what do they do with cigarette commercials? They try to tell you what's bad about them. They try to just say all the negative things about them. While you see movies like Pineapple Express and movies like that, you see they kind of show the funny aspects, and there's really a good reason for all this, because cigarette smoking is much worse than pot smoking, to tell you the truth. And today I will give you facts on cigarettes, the negatives of smoking them. I'll also be giving you some facts about marijuana, and explain why marijuana is much more healthy and better to smoke. Alright, so here's some facts about cigarettes, and brace yourselves, here's a lot of facts. According to cancer.org, 19.8% of all adults smoke cigarettes, and even 20% of high school students smoke cigarettes. That's ridiculous. Each year, about 443,000 people in the United States die from illnesses related to cigarette smoking. Cigarettes kill more Americans than alcohol, car accidents, suicide, AIDS, homicide, and illegal drugs combined. Cigarette smoking accounts for at least 30% of all cancer-related deaths. It is a major cause of the following cancers, such as lung, voice box, mouth, throat, bladder, the swallowing tube connected to the stomach, your esophagus. Smoking is also linked to the following other cancers as well: pancreas, cervix, kidney, stomach, and some leukemia. Smoking is responsible for 87% of lung cancer deaths. Only about half of the deaths related to smoking are from cancer. Smoking is also a major cause of heart disease, aneurysms, bronchitis, emphysema, and stroke. And it makes pneumonia and asthma even worse. Although 70% of smokers say they want to quit, and about 40% try every year, only about 4 to 7% actually succeed without help. With all these facts in there, most people find smoking cigarettes to be unattractive and dirty. For me, when I see a girl smoking, I find it unattractive, and usually I don't want to talk to them. I don't know, probably most of you may feel the same way. Now on to marijuana. You know what I'm talking about. Now on to marijuana. Most people who smoke marijuana only do it occasionally. A small minority of Americans, less than 1%, smoke marijuana on a daily basis. An even smaller minority develop a dependence on marijuana. Some people who smoke marijuana heavily and frequently stop without difficulty. Others seek help from drug treatment professionals. Marijuana does not cause physical dependence. If people experience withdrawal symptoms, it's very rare and it's very, very mild. Now some facts with marijuana. According to dig.com/health, most marijuana smokers smoke the bud, not the leaf of the plant. The bud contains only 33% as much tobacco as smoking a cigarette. Marijuana smokers do not smoke anywhere near as much as tobacco smokers due to the nicotine that's inside and the effects of the cannabis, which is the main thing in marijuana. It's not addictive. And I believe I read that people that smoke cigarettes smoke 5 to 7 cigarettes a day on average, compared to maybe, let's say that less than 1% people that smoke maybe once a day, I guess. And after years, that really starts to hurt your lungs, and it just develops more and more. So, and another one, not one case of lung cancer has ever been successfully linked to marijuana, unlike your cigarettes. And cannabis, unlike tobacco, does not cause any narrowing of the small air passageway in the lungs. In fact, marijuana has been shown to actually dilate the air channels it comes in contact with. This is why many asthma sufferers like to smoke marijuana, because it helps them breathe and gives them relief. Doctors have concluded that marijuana may, in this respect, be better than any prescription drugs on the market. Studies even show that due to marijuana's ability to clear the lungs of smog, pollutants, and cigarette smoke, it may actually reduce your risk of emphysema, bronchitis, and lung cancer. Smokers of cannabis have been shown to outlive non-smokers in some areas by up to 2 years. Medium to heavy tobacco users who smoke cannabis as well seem to live 7 to 10 years actually longer if they smoke both. Cannabis is also radically different from tobacco, and it does not contain nicotine and is not addictive. The main ingredient in marijuana is THC, has been accused of causing brain and genetic damage, but all these facts have been proven to not be true. In fact, the DAA's own administrative law judge, Francis Young, has declared that marijuana in its natural form is far safer than most of the regular foods we eat nowadays. Yeah, he's probably a stoner. But in conclusion, as you can see, marijuana is way less harmful than cigarettes. Marijuana does have its negatives, but I would say smoking cigarettes is far worse. You risk your life when you begin to smoke cigarettes, but when you smoke pot, not really. And cigarettes, they're no fun to smoke. That's another advantage that people that smoke pot have. It's more fun. And if worse comes to worst, when all this is said and done, people that smoke marijuana sure are funny. Thanks.
Aaron, what did you think?
Pretty interesting opener. It's something we can all relate to, put on into us stuff. It was pretty clear what you were going to talk about after the opening. I felt like it was kind of one-sided a lot, and we kind of got more facts than anything, just like facts. And that's kind of just like the direction the speech took, I thought. And overall, it was real informative and stuff, and I learned a lot I didn't know. But that's just kind of what I thought, and yeah.
All right, we got a good review of the negative things about smoking. I don't think anybody is surprised about any of that stuff. So I think you could probably go through that a little bit quicker, and at least you gave us some source citations on that material. The only source citation we got for any of the marijuana stuff was the administrative law judge Francis Young from 1988 talking about the relative safety of marijuana. I know it's 1988. You didn't say it was 1988. I know it because I've heard it 10,000 times. All right. And I think you need to have better evidence on the marijuana claims. I think your proof here is underwhelming. I'm a little overwhelmed by the claim that marijuana has beneficial effects for asthma sufferers when there is no citation of the information being presented. This is one specific health claim that you're making for it. I mean, saying that it's safer than cigarettes, I think that's fine, but suggesting that it has some beneficial effect, you better have some damn good proof on it, and I don't get any of it in here. I think that that's really, problematic. I do think that you run into, in the conclusion of your speech, the main problem that most people have with marijuana. It's not the health effects, it's that marijuana users are fun to watch because they make stupid decisions. And I think that's where you need to have a better argument, because that's where the real controversy is on the subject. I thought it was pretty well organized. You're doing the contrasting issue, and that's okay. Like I said, I just didn't think the citation of material on the marijuana use was particularly effective. All right, thank you.